Alright, the mic has to be down and plugged in for it to work. So trying to figure out how come my mic wasn't working, because it's one of those headsets where the mic is um, all the way back, then it turns the mic off. So if you're just going to use the headset for editing purpose, but I need the mic because hey, we're working on Grezzel's parking spot, and I have a couple of chipmunk friends in the background helping out. you know, that came about from um, putting going in, doing the clips while I was working on the different things, and then bringing those clips in. I put them together to get the 15 minutes, and yeah, we did though. We got the 15 minutes. It's down to 14:59, so I was able to um, put the two clips together at 30 minutes, and then when I brought it back in, I sped it up and cut it down to the 15, so I was able to get it under the 14:59. So it fits, and now I can be able to post that without it going over 15 minutes. And there in the background too is Ed the bass player. That's Mr. Editor from ELA Studio Sons is the voice of Ed the bass player, and so we got that in the background, and you can hear a little bit, and so I'm trying to get a little bit done on this clip here. We need commentary. We gotta fill this up. That's what I'm working on now. Uh, I want to change the color on the tanks. I realized that it can change the different colors. So, but for right now, that's not a bad looking tank until it falls apart. I don't know why Grizzle's tank falls apart. Maybe because they get beat up in the battles. Okay, hold on a second. And a lot of this comes from World of Tanks. That's where I went and did a couple battles with OKV1, the captured one. And then I did one. I want to say the M46. I'll have to look. It's just memory's not that great, but it's the first one you start out with, and when you start doing the Cold War line, and I want to progress into that so I can get a couple of tanks, maybe that looks a little closer to what I have parked there in the parking lot, Grezzel's parking spot, and that's what we're building here. And now remember, this is on the clipboard. This is not in the actual park yet. Oh, so when I go into the park, I'll change the color of the tanks a little bit, maybe, and I'll build a spot there for Grizz's parking area, where he'll park his tanks when he comes back from World of Tank battles. So it'd be kind of neat to do something with World of Warships too. Maybe build a harbor, but all I have available to me is the wooden ships. Unless I could build something, maybe use some different shapes and sizes and put something out there. And I don't know. We'll see. But that's a long way off. I don't got no harbor here at all. There's no place where there's actually a water. Look, that's would be nice. Is like if one of these park they start out with had like an opening to like an open water source, would it make it easier to or more believable that the pirate ships or the other ships that you're creating have a way to get into your harbor without having to go through dry land to get there. But I did that some way. I created like a cave tunnel thing where I had one of the ships coming out, like that's where it comes from, and yeah, that worked out okay. I did that on the PC. I used the big screens, and it shows like different scenes of pirate scenes, and one is like going through a port, and I kind of had that way back, so it kind of gave the impression that there was something back in there, but you really couldn't see what it was. And you can do stuff like that, like what I want to do is create an archway. And in back of that archway, I'll create a star field like I did for Foxy's place there, where she stands in front of that star field. I could put a couple of those in back of, or with one of the tanks coming out. So that'd be like the portal between World World of Tanks and Planet Coaster, but it'd just be a facsimile. It's, you know, a facade. It's just, you know, something you put in a park, and no one can, no one actually gets up close to it. But you know, you just create a look. Oh, all right. I like the look of tanks. I'll go see Grezzel Park. You know, no, I'm just kind of creating a storyline. I bring in some of the stuff that I've done in other games into the park and using that as themes. And like I said, World of Tanks has got some beautiful maps that I think you can recreate some of the cities and towns and stuff here in Planet Coaster. It'd be so cool, you know. So, and have your pathways where people be walking where there were really big battles for ranked battles and stuff, and have some of the cities and stuff showing where the tanks and stuff would have been and fighting. That's far-fetched though, but it'd be kind of cool. I can see someone doing that, taking the time. But see, you only have 3 types of tanks, so. See, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me pointing. Boy, listen to chipmunks go. Holy cow. They're working hard on this, ain't they? So, Fun Park Comics. We got chipmunks. They're right. Now I'm going to have to probably go and draw up something or create a chipmunk look. I don't know. But they have anything? I don't know if they do, no. But you could do something like that with Planet Zoo. You could have some chipmunks and you could put in the chipmunk voices while they're sitting there. Or prairie dogs. That'd be kind of a neat, like the prairie dogs out there chattering back and forth. So, but that's the whole point. I did this whole clip thing. Like I said, I put a couple of clips together, and I got them to so that they were at least 30 minutes long. And I did a little bit. I slowed the talk down, the narration down a little bit. So when I sped it up, it shortened it down enough to make the 14:59. I had to cut a little bit out, but it gave me the chipmunk voice when I sped it up. So that's why I'm learning to do slower pans so that when it speeds up, it's not just zip across. See, that's what comes from experience, playing with these different features and trying different things. And I'm using overlays and different layouts like this here. Now this is one whole clip that I had put together, and I had exported and brought it back in. That's where the bass is. It's embedded in that clip now. It's forever there. And that's, like I said, Ed the bass player from The Face. That's who's playing the bass in the background. Actually, I got Mr. Editor to get out his old bass that he's played ever since he started playing electric bass. And that's what Ed the bass player, that's where he created Ed the bass player from. And that's what we're hearing in the background, is that little bit of bass. Sometimes it comes through. I didn't want it overpowering. I didn't want it over. I just wanted something in the background. Not only that, it's just something that recorded of old Grizz, and it's there. I can hear it. After all these years, it's like that. Now that's about the second recording I have using that guitar. And like I said, that's the sound of Ed the bass player, is that guitar. Where the drum kit we have that our studio drummer uses, That's the sound of Tommy Tom Tom, the drummer from the Face. And I want to do some stuff with that, but I'll have to bring the laptop down that has Audacity on it, so I can record a couple uh, sessions over there on the drums with the studio drummer. Then I can bring that over here. I can have that playing back while I'm recording a clip, and that put that in the background with the drums. So I might work on something like that because I got a couple different things. So well, my kids for Christmas, they bought me. I got these mats that go on the drums that mutes them, so I can practice without disturbing a lot of people. So I can sit down every day at the drums and play and keep it up. And so I got those. Plus I got from them drum mallets. They're like drumsticks, and they got like the marshmallow tips on them, so that they sound, makes a different sound when you use them on the toms. So I got a set of those to go without my other sticks. So I want to sit down and do some different stuff. It creates like a different. You, you can do some neat stuff with the mallets. Um, Especially too on the cymbals. It's not as a lot of a crash is with the wooden stick, but but still with the wooden stick though there's reasons for that too. I mean, you just play around with, create different sounds, and depending on how hard you hit the cymbals. I got a Sabian over there on a drum kit, and that drum kit over there is a combination of a good friend of ours sold us their drum kit, which is identical to the drum kit I bought, and the only difference is I got a burgundy one, they had a silver color, but I mixed the two kits together, and it's pretty cool. Like two bass drums, two hi-hats, I got a crash cymbal, and then I got my crash is the cymbal, is a Sabian, which I purchased. And then I had another cymbal, but I gave that to somebody because I already had two cymbals. You get the ride and the crash, and plus the two hi-hats. One I got closed and one I got open, and so I could use my left foot on the other bass drum, because the hi-hat, like I said, is partially open, so I got the hi-hat sound, but you don't get that with the foot pedal. That you can get a synchronization going where you're hitting the hi-hat while your foot is and you can create a pretty cool sound rhythm that way too. But I don't do that much with the left foot at the moment. Working on it. Yeah, I'm working more and more on my left foot, trying to sync it up with my right and everything else, so that it's, and that way you get, like you said, the left and right foot doing different things, but keeping the same rhythm, so it's not throwing the whole thing off. But it's sometimes I forget about it, and then my foot sits idle for a while, and then it's like, oh geez, I was supposed to. But like I said, it's muscle memory stuff. You do enough of it, and after a while it just becomes automatic. And like they say, that one way to know that you can actually play the drums and stuff is while you're playing, you can carry on a conversation, or you can, and I'm getting to that part where I can sit there and play a little bit. But the hard thing right now would be to sit back and try and learn something. It takes a long time, so that's why I keep up with what I got already. And I can do a couple different things. I can roll the sticks. I can sweep the set. I can do pretty good. I can do all right. I'm not great. I'm not the best. I'm not the fastest, but I can keep a rhythm. I have a little experience going back to grade school, playing in bands, and so we'll put a little bit more bass in the background, get some drums going, and we're at the end of this here clip, and we can post it, put it in the can, guys.
We did it. We did it.
Second
Oh,
pass.
we're 1 second past. We're
Oh,
two. We're almost.
we're a little past 30 minutes. We gotta stop this now. From Yelly Studio Sense, thanks for watching.